Hello guys, and welcome back to an inbox review of the Junkers Ju52 3M, the civil version. If you remember from my last update video from the stash what I bought, I asked if some of you wanted to see any kits that want to be reviewed before I actually built them, and there's actually model building Mayhem Hill who actually asked me to review this kit for everyone to see. So I was going to do this anyway because there's not a lot of kits on, well, not a lot of this kit to review really, because on YouTube and that lot. So I thought to myself, well, I'll go ahead and we'll do an inbox review of it. Okay, so let's take the box off. There's a beautiful box art of D2527, which I think is restored, I can't remember. But anyway, take the lid off. Oh, 1/48 scale, and the kit number, as always that's happened, kit number is 04558, if you're wondering, so there you go. Let's take the lid off if we can. There we go. And this is kind of what you're given. A great big box full of very beautiful plastic. Of course we got our instructions here. A4 printed, standard black and white from Revell, copyright 2009, so it's not that old of a kit. And here we have the lovely bags of sprue, very beautifully detailed actually. We have another bag of sprues, all separately sealed into one big bag. Our huge decal sheet, that is, blimey, that is a massive piece of decal, but beautiful anyway. And that is really it, guys. So I'm just going to take the box away and reveal the dirty desk on here, as you can see. And we're going to actually have a look at the instructions first. And so here we are. Okay, so Junkers 52. Naturally, you have the history both in German and English. Yeah, and of course a black and white photograph of the built model. Open it up, health and safety, do's and not what's to do's, you know. Next we got our paint and sprue call outs. So there's not so many sprue as what you first think, actually. Quite a bit, but not a lot. But there is a huge range of paints going on there. A lot. So as you can see, very nice. The black ones means parts not used. So what are those parts actually used for? I don't know whether they're used for the actual transport Luftwaffe version. I do not know. Anyhow, that's it. So right off we start with the first page. Now as you can see, a lot of detail goes into this kit. A lot. We start off with the two control columns, well, I don't know, what are they? I'm not sure. Two brakes, I don't know. They fit onto the floor, and what does that mean? You have to, oh, that's a bit, oh, okay. Well, it looks like we have to drill out the holes for the seats, really, which is a bit of a pain. Okay, so we can make two seats. No, we make one seat at this stage. That's the main part seat, which goes into there. Our control sticks, columns go onto there. The rudder pedals are moulded in. That goes onto there. Number 4, moving on, we have our rear wall going in here, which then has the co-pilot seat fit in there. Or some kind of tank, I don't know what that is, whether it's an oxygen tank or something, I do not know. Tank goes in there. Now this is nice, we have some nice throttle levers made for the actual kit, which you can build, and then they slot together on top of the instrument panel. This is quite big actually, naturally, 3 engines. Goes on there, slots into there. Number 5, more detail at the side here. We've got some elevation controls by the looks of it, some windows, no idea what that's for. And moving on, we have this part here, which I think this is the actual back plate which fits onto the very back of the aircraft. But what this next step, which actually got me, I was quite shocked at this. This part here is actually the onboard toilet, which I was surprised at, because in those days that was an absolute luxury. A toilet on an aircraft, you can use the facility whilst flying. That is really well good. So anyway, we have our metal basin going on here, handles, even a mirror, which you probably have to make yourself with some foil, but it says to paint it in metal. So that goes together. We have some walls going on here. That all fits together. It slots into the very back of this part, which up here and down there. The most complicated thing next to do is all the seats arrangements in the front here. So you've got to make 12 of these seats, which is going to be a lot of work. Now, according to this, we have two versions that we can make. We can make the smoking cabin version or the standard version. Now, the only difference is between the two is that the seats with the smoking version are at an angle, don't know for some reason, and the standard version are just straight ahead basically. And that is really the only difference. So more walls going on here. I don't know what that's for. Next we move on to this fuselage sides, which we put the windows in, paint everything inside naturally. Same with the other side going up in here. The roof, with some lighting going on by the looks of things. Ooh, wow. So lighting there. That goes together, all together there. Some more work for the top lights. Oh sorry, they're the main lights. These are hangers, by the looks of things. They go onto there. Next we do the floor. Now I do not know what this floor is, because you can cut these out and have them open underneath, but I do not know what they are for. Whether for stowage or whatever, I do not know. But anyway, that's that. Moving on, we put the floor and the roof on top of each other for the fuselage, two half sides. Our tail skid, by the looks of things, not a wheel, it's a skid going on down there. I don't know what that part's for. Some control surfaces. Tray 4 and tray 5, two wings together, slot them in there, no problem. Elevation controls going on here and here. And now this is very interesting, which I really like about the Ju52. You have, if you look there and here, and whereabouts was it? Oh, is it not in this kit? Oh yes it is, yeah. Sorry, I can't remember the actual name for these, but they're kind of just covers for the wheels basically. It looks really fancy on the aircraft. So they go together along with the leg, and then that one for the other side, and that shows you how to fit them onto the bottom. Now this is the other version where you can have the alternative version, which you just basically have the wheels moulded onto the frame, and that's that. And then this was a question I asked earlier about these underneath. What are they for? I do not know, whether you have it open or closed. And then some kind of radiator here. So next up we have the engine detail, telling you which way to paint which and what part to go where. Then we have the radiators fitted onto the actual hold on a second. Yeah, you are still recording, sorry. The actual goes onto the push rods side, well push rods, I've forgotten what they're named, electric circuits. Cylinders go onto the back here, well actually the exhaust go onto the back of the cylinders, and they fit onto there, and the cover goes over the top in a one piece, which is going to be alright. Underneath we have some more work going on underneath there, for more surface detail. Let's have a look. So next up, more engine detail. Basically it's a repeat of this step, but except it's for the actual two engines on the wings. So I think I don't know which ones this is for. Moving on, put the other on there. Kind of last but not least, we're just moving on to the final steps. We put the actual exhaust on the side there, some more detail there, aileron, well not ailerons, they're oh, what are they called? I can't remember, antenna, that's it. Then the, oh that's interesting, it looks like the ailerons are in one big piece. Now I don't know whether the flaps are different, I don't know, but it looks like you can't have the flaps down this one. Last but not least, we have where we want the door open or closed, and including a little step. 2 parts which onto the engine, 3 parts actually, some more on here, and last but not least, 1 piece canopy going there, and your antenna wire across the top. And then that is your steps completed. Oh, tell I. Props, of course. Props go on there, telling you which one to paint. Pitot tube, decals, and your cable. And that is it. That's the final part. Now in this kit we get 2 versions. Naturally it's a civilised version. So the first one we get is the Ju52 CE of the German Air Ministry Flight 1936. So this was when it was just built and then made into the airline version. And I think because it's Revell, they have the, I think it's supposed to be actually a swastika on the back of the plane there for the Nazi party that was growing very dangerously in that kind of time. So we have this version, it's all red with silver and black, so it looks very nice, but I'm not sure at the minute. And the other version is the Austrian version, which is it's all natural silver with black bay around the engines. And I'll just read it out for you. It's the Osterreichstein Lufthansa AG, April 1938, Flugzeugen in Österreich. Okay, so it's Austria basically. It's all wrote out in German for some reason. And that is it. So that's 2 versions you get. So you get 2 versions, that's your instructions, and that can go away. Now the decals, just get them out for you. 1 big piece of decals. Wow, a lot has to be done here. Because it's such a big kit. There's so much to do. So there you have it. Wow, big sheet of decal. Okay, so now moving on to plastic parts. As you can tell, I've just rearranged the camera. I'm going to start off with this section and just see how do I actually open this. Oh, so it looks like you can, if you know how to fold it back up, it looks like you can actually reseal the bag. You know how it all goes together. Like so. Right, let's pull these parts out of the bag. And straight away, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Let's have a look at this section. So here we have the bottom parts. Oh, there you go. Yes, that is stowage area. Oh, that's interesting. So actually, so this is the floor, basically, of the fuselage, and this is the floor, the actual cockpit interior work, and those 3 compartments should fit over those 3 doors. So yes, it is stowage. Wow, look at that. But anyway, straight away, it's absolutely beautiful. It's engraved, it's riveted, and I don't know, it just looks like an all-metal Junkers aircraft, which is exactly what you want in a model kit. I don't know if you can see. See if no. I don't know if we can see from there, the light. It's all riveted and absolutely beautiful. So there we are, that's that piece done. The second piece is the fuselage halves. And naturally, once again, all beautiful riveted detail. And one thing how the hell do they do that? Look, even between the rudder and the tail fin, it's actually a gap to actually show how the tail can turn. That is brilliant. I've never seen that on a kit until this one. It looks like it's separately moulded, but it's not. Okay, so this is where the actual fuselage walls go. Again, detail is absolutely superb. Seats, with the leather, you can actually tell the actual surface detail on that. And even, oh wow, I've just had a look inside. I don't know if you can see, inside there's actually switches and controls, and even a compass on the inside, on the co-pilot side. That, oh wow guys, I've stumbled on a gorgeous kitty, I'll tell you that. Okay, so that's those pieces done. Out the way, those are the two main pieces. The other part is the clear sprue, which is in here. Now this is one problem. The actual windows for the actual interior are all in one piece, which you fit into the inside. If they were all separate, that could have been an extra bonus for Revell, but that's a bit annoying, but it's very nice at the same time. So that's clear down there, that's out of the way. The next bag, oh, we've got full of it here. Let's see. Oh, so this is not a resealable one. This is definitely not a resealable one. Okay. Oh well, looks like we're going to have to cut this out of the bag. Straight across like so. And get these parts out. Okay, so we've got engine detail. Oh, now what's that? Oh, that's interesting. More clear sprue. Okay. Anyway, this is the wings, and as you can tell, if I did build this kit, I'd have to have some room. Just look at those wings, guys. I am blown away. I know it's in 1/48 scale, but I didn't expect the Ju52 to be this big. I know it was a transport aircraft, a civilized aircraft, a parachute aircraft, and a bomber even. But, oh, wow. So this is nice down here. These are, I don't know if you can see in the shot, these are the control surfaces here. Now this is what I was talking about earlier in the instructions. The throttles are actually moulded like that. So take extra care when you're painting and handling these parts, because those are actually beautiful. And the instrument panel actually has detail within the actual roundels there. Not roundels, components, sorry. But once again, I see no problem. All beautiful. Wow, even the detail on the tyres, look at that. The framework there, it's all riveted. I don't know if you can see in the light there. Let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see at all. But wow, beautiful. And now, wow. This is the second part. It's the other part of the wings. Oh! Oh, okay, fair enough. So these were the parts it's saying not to use. Now looking at this, you get to have the parachute transportation in the side here, with the seats fitted along the side. Now that is interesting. Because I don't really want to build the civilized version. I want to build I want to build something like you wouldn't see. Probably like the hospital version, like the first aid, or the Spanish Civil War bomber version. But with that bomber version, you have to have an underneath gunner's position, which this kit doesn't have. So it looks like the hospital version, but it looks superb. Oh, wow. I cannot wait to start building this kit. These other parts, you have some engine detail. Now I don't know, let's see if I can cut these open without breaking the plastic at all. Or open the bag even, which failed miserably. Okay, so we have some more extra detail. Okay. Oh, hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh, wow. Looks like I can make that version after all. Even though this is the civilized version, you get the parts for the parachute version with the MG15s and a top turret which is absolutely beautifully detailed. Oh my word. I know which version I'm building now. Wow. I'm blown away by that. That is amazing. The trouble is though, what parts do I need to make that gunner's position? Because I haven't seen any. Anyway, so you get, that's the gunner variant which you can make. We have the engine cowlings at the side here. I have no idea what this framework is for. Probably inside, interior. We have our front engine cowling and the ladders for the side there. And last but not least, here in this section we have the wheel covers and the actual legs that it stands on. That has made my day, guys. That has, wow. And naturally, last but not least, in the kit, if I can get this open and check if you're still recording. Yes, you are. And let's see if I get this out the back. Come on. Come on, there we go. So last but not least, this is pretty nice. The engines are all on one sprue, so you know where everything is instead of fighting around on different sprues trying to find out which part goes to where. That is beautiful. This is, as you can tell, I've just opened all these bags. This is the first time I'm seeing this kit properly. And you know, for what I paid for this kit, I'm blown away. I picked this up at the model show if you didn't watch this last video, and they wanted £25 for it, but as it was the end of the show I asked the very best what they could do and they let me have it for £15, which is really good. And the detail, oh, wow. And it's really made my day that I can make the gunner variant on the side there. Oh, actually I've forgotten one last sprue. I'm going to put them aside, out of the way. Last but not least, we have the main sprue, where, let's see if I can just, this is the, oh wow, so this is the actual front part section of the aircraft, and some wind visories there, windows there. That, oh wow, and you can, it's actually clear, look at that. With some masking sets, that would be perfect. Revell, you have cheered me up once again, my friends. I'm going to slot this back into the bag without breaking anything. I am just blown away by what's... If it will go in the bag. Oh well, I'll just sort that out later. But anyhow, that is it. That is the inbox review of the kit, guys. And I have to say, from my perspective, I think Revell have actually done a very beautiful kit once again. I am just blown away by the detail in this model kit. So, as from me, you probably can't see that properly. Zoom you out a bit. So as you can tell from, it's made me a very happy guy to make the actual, to give, it's the kind of same kit of the military version as well as the civil version. I wanted to make the military version and now I can because I have those parts. Oh my word, I'm going to have a field day on this. Right, with that, thank you very much for watching. Happy modelling. I hope you enjoyed the review and I shall see you all again soon. And with that, cheers and goodbye for now.